Welcome to another episode of Bentley's Backwoods Bushcrafting. And today I'm going to work on my muskrat. He's been sitting in the tanning shed for a while, and he's ready to work into leather. And we're going to work him for a little while, and I'll probably stay with this for about 10 minutes or so on camera. Then I'll finish him up and show you how it turned out, and then we'll take him out and we'll smoke him for the last time. So basically all we're going to do is just sit here and just work it. And this fun little activity will probably take about 4 hours. Start off nice and slow because I've got all night and it's going to probably take all night. Now the reason that I decided to go ahead and get started on this now is that I finally decided what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to make a hat out of him. It's not going to be a coonskin hat. It'll be a muskrat hat, but it'll be good practice for when I decide to work on the raccoon. And so I'm just going to sit here and rattle on for the next 10 minutes or so while I do this. And as I've said before on my videos, I have an extremely limited, if not zero, ability at editing these videos and everything. So basically what I film is how it goes up. So I'll work this. Check the time on that, Michael.
2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Wow. Alright. Maybe I'll give it 5 minutes for you guys. I don't want to bore you to death. But basically this is all I'm going to do for the next 4 hours or so, is just sit here and work this hide on my little post here. And I'll show you this post real quick. Basically at this point all I have is 2 cinder blocks and a pole. It's a little fence pole or something for a garden or whatever. I just stick that down into the cinder block, and that's what I use to work it. Now also, if I need to, and I probably won't tonight because it's dark, but I might walk on out there. I've got a small tree that I use. It's got really nice thick and hard bark, so I take it out there and I rub it on that tree just like I'm doing on this pole here. So I may decide sometime tonight to get up and go on out there. Now as my lovely wife, Way to Sun, sitting over here, says that I should explain why that I'm rubbing this like this. So for those of you who have never done this and are questioning why I'm sitting here doing this, the hide back here, when you first skin it, you stretch it and put it on a stretching platform of some kind and let it dry out until it becomes hard. And basically you have rawhide with fur. So what you do is you leave it and it'll last for years. I had a deer hide that I had sitting in the shed for 3 or 4 years, and just recently decided to turn it into a pair of moccasins. And you can see those moccasins on my channel there. But as I'm doing this, what I'm doing is I'm working this side here, and I'm tearing and pulling all of the fibers apart so that once it dries, while I'm doing this, it softens it up and it stays pliable and soft. So that's the whole purpose behind sitting here for endless hours rubbing this. And it's a little damp right now, which it needs to be damp. Basically what you do is you take your rawhide and you let it sit in the water for an hour, hour and a half, and let it soak up the water so that it becomes a little bit pliable and wet. And that's when you place, I use mayonnaise and eggs. Use a little bit of mayonnaise and eggs mixed up with some water, and just rub it all over the back side, the skin side of your hide, and rub it in. Let it sit. Some people let it sit for a couple hours. Some people let it sit overnight. But you can't let it dry out. If you're gonna, what you do is you wrap it up in a plastic baggie of some sort, and when you wrap it, make sure you roll it where the skin is on the inside, and you let it sit for a couple hours at least, and then you bring it back out, and that's when you start working it on the poles here. Now the head part is the thickest part, and this is the part that takes a lot of work. This right here will probably take as much time or even more than what the rest of the body will take to get this soft. But when it's all said and done, it really is worth it, especially if you've got nothing else to do. Go ahead and check that time for me, Michael.
7 minutes and 7 seconds.
Alrighty, I think that's enough time to be bothering you guys, so we'll end this in a second here, and next time I get back with you, this hide here will be nice, it'll be dry, it'll be pliable, and it'll be just like leather. So thanks for watching this episode, and enjoy.